Welcome to the class. The first thing that you need to do is you need to go to the website aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. You need to go to maths. You need to select math as your subject. And this is the grade 1 lesson. And the topic for today is subtraction. Okay. So we would be studying subtraction today. And I'll give you the chapter number and I'll give you the lesson number. Just a moment, please. The chapter number is 5 and the lesson number is 4. So we have chapter number 5 and lesson number 4. And the name of the lesson is Ways to Subtract a Number. Okay, and we are looking at subtraction sentences. Okay, so let's go to grade 1 maths, grade 1 chapter number 5 subtraction, and we have lesson number 4. Okay, so the first question we have is, it says here are 5 ways. Okay, there's some few ways. Here are the ways to subtract 5. I'll just copy it for you. Okay, I'll just copy the question, and the question is this given to us. Let's realign this. Okay. So the question we have is saying here are the ways to subtract 5. We are doing a subtraction of 5. Find the pattern and type the missing numbers or subtraction sentences, right? So if these are the subtraction sentences that are given to us, let's have a look at the sentences. The first one was 5 minus 0. If we subtract 0 from 5, right? The answer stays as 5. Then if we subtract 5 minus 1, it would stay as 4. 5 minus 1 stays as 4, right? Because we can confirm it by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We subtract 1, we are left with 4. Agreed? 5 minus 3 would be, if we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If we subtract 3 numbers, that means we are left with a 2. Agreed? So we are missing a sentence in the middle over here. So what would be the sentence? What is the number that we can see is missing over here? From the given sequence, the first number should be 5 minus, this was 0, 1, this should be 2, right? And 5 minus 2 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we subtract the two numbers, we are left with 3. So this is the missing value that was given, missing statement. Okay, this was a missing statement from these given statements, right? So we write this as a statement. Okay, subtraction sentence would be 5 minus 2 equals to 3. Do we agree on this? Any questions about it? Hi everyone, welcome to the class. What we are doing is we are doing subtraction and we are trying to find missing subtraction sentences from the given sentences. Yes, thank you, Precious. That would be 5 minus 2 is equals to 3. Thank you. Let's have a look at another question. Okay, so the next question we have is, just give me a minute, I'll copy down the question so that we have it on our screen. So the next question states that, okay, the next question is here. Here are some ways given to this. Let me just bring it down. Okay. So the question number 2 states that here are the ways to subtract 10. We need to do the subtraction of 10, right? So let's look at different numbers. and we are missing a number over here. Subtraction sentence over here. See, 10 minus 0, 10 minus any number minus 0 would be the same number, right? 10 minus 0 is 10, 10 minus 1 was 9, 10 minus 2 is 8, and so on. That means this number should be 10 over here, right? Because we are subtracting from 10, right? That means 10 minus, what is the next number? If we can write it over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In the previous example, 10 minus 7. If we were removing 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, we were left with a 3. So in this case, 10 minus, the next number would be 8. And 10 minus, yes, thank you. 10 minus 8 should be equals to 2. Agreed? This was our question number 2. Eddie boy, what we are trying to do is we are trying to find the missing subtraction sentence. We are given a question. Now, some of the answers, almost all of the answers are given. One of the sentences is missing for us up till now. Okay. So what we try to do is we try to look at the sequence and see which sentence, subtraction sentence, is missing from that. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question says here are ways to subtract 9. Okay, from the missing subtraction sentences. Okay, third question says we have this question number. We align this. I align this so that we have more space and we can see more questions on the same screen, right? That's the reason for aligning. This is our question number 3. Here are the ways to subtract from 9. We are doing subtraction from 9, and the given examples are, okay, what they are saying is we are missing this sentence over here. So 9 minus 0 stays as 9, right? Or 9 minus 2, that means if we have 9 minus 2, it should be 7. Let's write down 9 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If we subtract 2, that means we are left with a 7. Similarly, this would be 9 minus, the next number to 2 is 3, should be equals to, what we need to see is we are following a sequence over here. And the sequence given is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Agreed? So we also have a sequence over here. If the number was 9, 8, 7, then the next number should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If we remove 3, we are left with 6. So we can say 9 minus 3 would be equals to 6, right? Okay, that's good. Yes, thank you, Adiba. But we have to write the complete, because we are doing, okay, I'll just highlight. The question is saying find the pattern and type the missing subtraction sentence, right? So the total sentence would be 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. Thank you. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay. I'll just copy part of it from here. And the question says, I'm just copying the part of the question from the previous screen. Okay. The question number 4, the question given to us is this. And I would say it's a subtraction from 10. This is subtracting 5. Okay, I'll just change this to 5 from 5. Why we can say this is from 5? Because all the numbers that we see in the question, in the statements, are 5 minus something, right? So this is our question number 4. And they're saying here are the other ways to subtract from 5. Type the missing subtraction sentence. Yes. So we can say this is 5 because we are subtracting from 5. If from 5 we subtract a 1, we can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are subtracting a 1. We remove a number, we are left with 4. And that's the answer for the next step. So what about this? 5 minus a number should be equals to an answer. See, we look at the sequence over here. If the first number is not given to us and the other numbers are given to us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what should be before 1? It should be 0. And 5 minus 0 should be equals to 5. Yes, thank you, Precious. Thank you, Adubai. That 5 minus 0 would always be equals to 5. Okay. So moving ahead, what I'll try to do is I will try to change the requirements, right? Rather than 1 missing, I'll try to make it 2 missing. So for the next question we have here, the ways to subtract from 7. Okay, I'm just copying the question. Okay, and I would say if this was question number 4, let's make it question number 5. And the number over here would be subtract from 7. This is our question number 5. And in the given information, we are missing one value, right? What I'll do is I'll recopy this and we will skip one more value over here. Let's suppose we have 2 missing statements in one question. Okay. So what we can see over here is they are being subtracted from 7, right? That means 7 minus 0 was 7. And that also means that the first number in the first term would always be a 7, right? 7 and a 7 over here. That means 7 minus 1 was the previous, then this should be 7 minus 2 is equals to, we can simply find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if we subtract 2 from 7, we are left with 5. And moving down, what we can see is 7 minus a number, right? So we know 7 and the previous number then this missing is 5. So between 5 and 7, it should be what should be the number in between these two numbers? Between 5 and 7, it should be 6, right? So we can say that this is 6 over here. And we know how to subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That means we are removing 6 numbers and we are left with a 1, right? If there is one statement missing, or if there are 2 statements missing or more statements missing, it does not make a difference to us. Why? Whatever we are subtracting from, in this case, we are subtracting from 7, right? Precious, you wrote 5. Oh, yeah, you gave the answers 5 and 1, right? So you should write, I read it as 51. 7 minus 2 is 5, and 7 minus 6 would be 1, right? So even if nothing is given to us and we have to create the middle values, it should be easy for us, right? So moving ahead, let's try another question. Let's say we are doing question number 6, and let's try to see what values are given to us. and we have to find the missing sentences. Okay, if it says subtract from 4, this is given as subtract from 4. So rather than 1 missing, if I say we have 2 missing over here, 2 consecutive missing values, okay? Statements. Subtract from 4. This was our question number 6. So what we can see over here is 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 1 was 3. That means it should be 4 minus a number and 4 minus a number. So what should be the next two numbers? If 1 was given and 4 was given to us, right? In this sequence, we know that 0, 1, it should be 2, and it should be 3. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Then 4 minus 2 and 4 minus 3. The easiest way to subtract is we write 4 numbers and we subtract 2 numbers. We are left with 2. We write 4 numbers and we remove 3 numbers. So we are just left with a 1. So if we are missing one statement or we are missing multiple statements, it should not make us a difference. What we need to do is we would need to see the pattern in the given values, right? Which values are missing. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Let's have a look. Okay. In this case, I would say, okay, let's do some ways to subtract 8. And question number 7 that we have, I'll just move down. Okay, the next question that we have is this. It says, here are the ways to subtract from 8 from the missing sentences. Find the pattern and the missing sentences, okay? So let me just increase this in size so that it's more readable to you. So if I say this was question number 7, and these values were given to us, okay? So let's say if multiple of these values were missing, if this was missing, if this is missing, and let's say one more is missing, if this is missing for us, right? We have 3 values which are missing from these sentences, right? So looking at the question, what we can say is the numbers are being subtracted from 8. So that means the first number should be 8 for every one of them, right? 8 minus something would be equals to an answer. 8 minus something would be is equals to an answer. And 8 minus something would be equals to an answer, right? What can we see over here in this sequence? If this number was 1 and the next number was 3, so which number should come in between them? 8 minus 2, right? Yes, thank you. And how we can find the answer? We can write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Out of the 8, we just simply subtract 2 numbers and we are left with a 6. For the next two possibilities, can we say that these two between 3 and 5, what should be the number between 3 and 5? It should be 4. So can I say if we write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, if we remove the 4 numbers, we are left with a 4. Similarly, if we want to see what is the number over here between 5 and 7, between 5 and 7 is 6. And to find the answer, we write the numbers till 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because we are subtracting from 8. If we remove 6 numbers, what is the largest number we are left with? We would be left with 2, right? So even if one statement is missing or many statements are missing, we can always look at the given grid and find the pattern, right? If we can find the pattern, it's easy for us, right? So what we can see over here is that whatever we are subtracting from, that number would always be at the beginning, right? And finally, whatever that we are finding the answers, they would also go in descending order. Descending order means from the largest number to the smallest number. Okay? Let's have a look at another question. Okay. So the question number 8 says, here are the ways to subtract from 7. Okay, I'll just copy it over here. Ways to subtract from 7. And let me copy this statement. Sorry. This is our question number 8. And it says ways to subtract from 7. Okay. Subtract from 7. So when we are subtracting from 7, what can we say? The answer is, see, the first thing we can notice is that all the numbers are 7 because we are subtracting from 7, right? Then what we can see is we are following a pattern over here. 0, missing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, right? So if we need to give the answer subtraction from 7, so we can write 7 minus the number in the middle was 0 and 2. What is the number? Yes, Adiboy, that would be 1. Would be equals to, if we need to find the answer, the easiest way is look at this pattern. Or we write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If we remove a number from this, we will be left with a 6. Or we can say that we see the pattern 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. Okay, let's look at something else. If we are subtracting the numbers in this order, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Then the answer would be in this order. Right? Can you see this? 7 minus 0, 7 minus 1, 7 minus 2. These 8 terms over here, the answer for these 8 terms is the reverse of the subtracted order. Right? It was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This way becomes 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Just the reverse of the order. Okay. So whenever we are finding missing subtraction sentences, we can look at the pattern, we can find the pattern, and we can use the pattern also. Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay, it says subtraction from 10. Sorry. I would say, just give me a second. I'll just copy this. Okay, the next question says subtracting from a 10. Let's put it down over here. And what we can do is we can realign. Just realigning, just a moment, please. Here are the ways to subtract from 10 and find the missing numbers, right? This is our question number 9. And we are subtracting from 10. Let's make 2 unknowns. Let this be unknown and let one more of these numbers be unknown. Just to make it just to make this question a bit interesting, right? So we make 2 unknowns over here. So what could be the answer for those two unknowns? If we have two unknown values that we need to find the statements, what we can say is it should be 10 minus something, and this should be 10 minus something, right? Can we see the sequence? 3, 4, it should be 5, 6, and 7, right? That should be the sequence. Because this is ascending 0, 1, 2, 3. Ascending means going up. That means 10 minus 5 is, we write the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We remove 5 numbers, we are left with 5. Or if we have 10 minus 6, if we have 10 minus 6, how can we find it? If we open up our 10 fingers and we close 6, how many fingers are left? Yes, we would be left with 4 open fingers, right? Or the easiest way is we look at the sequence over here. This was 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, right? We can always look at the pattern. We can always say that it is following a descending sequence. Descending means we are going from the larger number to the smaller number. Okay? Any questions up till now? Do we have any questions? If there are, then I'll answer them first, then we'll move on to the next. No, you said 6, right? And the last one would be 4. Yeah, 10 minus 5 is 5 and 10 minus 6 would be 4, right? So we need to give complete statements. Like I thought you gave the answer, but you did not give the answer. You were just giving the middle values, which we have to subtract. Okay, so it's preferable to write the complete missing substitution sentence over there. Let's have a look at the next question. It says some values are missing, and these, let's see which values are missing for this. One value is missing in this. We need to find the missing value, and the question says subtract from 8. We are doing a subtraction from 8. This is question number 10. Subtraction from 8. We are missing this value. We need to find this value. We can see the first column would always have the number from which we are subtracting from. That means it should be 8 minus, we had a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then it should be 8. Similarly for this, we have the numbers 3, 2, 1, then this should be 0. Yes, thank you so much, Oliver. That is 8 minus 8 would be equals to 0 because this is the missing subtraction sentence. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Okay, I'll change the question. We'll do something. I don't think so. We need to change. I was thinking like if some statements are given, I would say write all the statements. See, in this question, some of the statements are given to us, right? So I was thinking of saying write all the statements. That would have meant we would do 5 statements. But we can also do this. Here are the ways to subtract from 4, find the missing pattern, and type the missing subtraction sentence. This was question number 11. So we can say 4, that means 4 minus, this was 2, 3, then it should be 4, should be equals to, if this was 3, 2, 1, after 1 we have just a 0, right? So if you subtract the same number from itself, we would be always left with a 0. Agreed? The answer we will have is 4 minus 4 is equals to 0. Thank you, Adaboy. Okay. Not too difficult, but we need to practice more. Okay. Let's say if we skip a lot of numbers in this, okay? For the next question, it says subtract from 6. Okay. The next question, we are subtracting from 6. We will move these numbers. Let me just copy this. Copy and paste. Paste this. Okay. So what I did was I increased the number of missing subtraction sentences. So we would try to find all the missing subtraction sentences where the subtraction is being done from 6. Okay. So this would be our question number 12. And we are subtracting from 6. So the first statement we have is 6 minus 0. Then this should be 6 minus another number is equals to an answer. This should be 6 minus a number should be equals to an answer. 6 minus a number should be equals to another answer, right? This should be equals to a value, right? So what we can say over here is, yes, thank you. The first answer would be 6 minus 1 would be 5. 6 minus 2 is given. Then it should be, yes, it should be 6 minus 3 is equals to 3. And the next one would be 3, 4. We will have a 5. See, what we can see over here is if it's, okay, I'll try to highlight something. If 6 minus 1 was 5, then 6 minus 5 should be 1. These two statements would be reverse of each other, right? If this was 6 minus 1 is 5, then 6 minus 5 should be equals to 1, right? So we can simply find the subtraction statements and we can write them as well. Okay. Let's see what we have for the next question. This is our question number 13. And the statements given to us are subtract from 10. Okay, we'll do more than one statement from 10. I'll just copy this. Let's put it down. Let's copy this. This. And we say one more statement over here. If these are the missing statements, and we need to subtract from 10. So what could be the answer? What could be the answer? See, three statements are missing for us. What we can say is if the given statement is 10 minus 0 is given to us, the opening statement is given, then the second statement should be 10 minus something would be equals to an answer. This would be 10 minus a number should be equals to an answer, and 10 minus a number should be equals to an answer. So if 0 is given over here, the next and 2 is given, what is the number in between? 1. Yes, thank you, everybody. That is 10 minus 1 equals to 9. Similarly, if 5 is given and 7 is given, the number between them is 6. 10 minus 6 would be, yes, 4. Because this was 5 and 3. That is 5, 4, and 3. Similarly, this is 8 and 10. This should be 9. then the answer would be 1. So I just did this part again to prove it to us that either we subtract 10 minus 9, right, or 10 minus 1. These two statements are providing us with the proof that if we subtract 1 from 10, we are left with 9, or if we try to subtract 9 from 10, we would be left with a 1, right? These two statements. So we have three missing statements for which we found the answers, right? Okay, moving ahead, let's try to do some questions, okay? A few questions from the test. Can we please log into the test? Let's see what's available for the test. Just a moment, please. I'll copy. It's loading. Okay, the first question which is given to us says, here are the ways to subtract from 10. Find the missing statement, right? I'll say this is the test. This is our test, the questions from the test. And the first question from the test is given as this. These values are given to us, and we need to find a pattern and the missing subtraction sentence. So what can be the answer for this question number 1? Would it be option A or option B? Which option should be correct? See, the first thing we need to notice is this is subtraction from 10. That means all the numbers should begin with 10, right? They cannot begin with any other number. When we look at the options, one has a 9 on it. That means 9 cannot be the answer, right? So we can say any value with 10. That means 10 minus 5 would be equals to 5. Thank you, Adaboy. Option A is the answer, right? Okay. For the next question that we have, let's select this option. Option number A, that is correct. Moving on to question number 2. Okay. Again, they have from 10, subtraction from 10. This is question number 2, sorry. These are the two options given to us. These are the numbers which are given to us. We need to find the missing sentence. This is question number 2 from the test, from 10. So which option should be correct? Option A or option B? Yes, Precious, it was option number A. For question number 2, what can we say? This would be 10 minus a number should be equals to answer. What we see over here, this is 7 and this is 9. Then this should be 8. This is 3 and 1. Then the middle value would be? Yes, thank you. The correct answer is 10 minus 8 is equals to 2. For the next question we have, they're saying find the pattern for 4, subtraction from 4. So let's see what values are given to us. If these are the values that are given to us, okay, and the options are these, and these are the sentences. We need to find the missing. and we are subtracting from 4. So option A or option B? Which option would be correct? Can we say the first number has to be 4? Minus something should be equals to the answer. We can see that 4 minus 0 is there. Yes. Thank you. Option B is the answer. But how? 4 minus 0 is there, 4 minus 1 is there, 4 minus 2 is there, 4 minus 3 is there, then this should be 4 minus 4. Yes, Crinsley. Thank you. And it should be equals to 0. That means option B is the correct answer. Okay. Let's have a look at another question. This is subtraction from 5. Let's see what answers and statements are given to us. If this is a subtraction from 5, let's say this is our question number 4. These are the two options given to us, A and B. And let's rewrite down the statement. What they're saying is, here are the ways to subtract from 5. Question number 4 from the test. From 5, and we need to find the missing statement. A or B? Which statement should be correct? Option number A. Thank you, Edward. Why? Because in option number B, we can see we have a value of 6. So a value with 6 cannot be the answer, right? That means this was 5 minus, this was 1, and this is 3, and this should be 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Thank you for the answer. That is option number A. The next question says, okay, I'll just copy this part from here. It's subtraction from 6. Subtraction from 6. This is our question number 5. And they're saying subtraction from 6. So which option should be the correct? A or B? May you wrote 5 minus 5. Oh, that was for the previous question. Question number 3. In question number 3, part B is the correct answer. In question number 5, 6 minus 6 is already given to us. That means it should be, yes, thank you, Eddie boy. Thank you. Yes, it should be 6 minus 5 equals to 1. And that was option A. Okay, let's try one more. The next question says subtract from 7. If we need to subtract from 7, I'll just realign them. Okay. This is subtraction from 7. I'll rephrase it. From 7. This is question number 6. And these are the two options, option A and option B. So which option should be correct? See, this is 7, 7. So we have 7 minus 5 is given and 7 is, so the middle number should be 6, right? Yes, it is option A. Thank you for giving the answer. Okay. Thank you, Precious. Okay, do one thing. Please do try the remaining questions as per your homework, right? So that you may have more practice. They're not very difficult. If there is any problem, just go through the lesson again. Okay. Thank you so much for being there.